Ryan. Virgo season! Here we go.
Nationwide is on your side. Yo, when I tell you that has been in my head all week at the most random of times.
Yo, they're getting the most publicity that they've gotten since God knows when.
Who would have thought Nationwide would have a viral moment that wasn't even theirs? But just know that be in my head, or people be talking to me and I just be in my head like, Nationwide is like, sing, little mama.
Oh my gosh.
Sing, little mama.
Welcome back.
Woo.
It's Virgo season. Welcome back.
It is. Technically, it's Libra season, but it's still Virgo season because...
Come on, man. Come on. It's always Virgo season.
Somebody sent me something on... Jasmine, I think it was actually, sent me something on... She sent me a text message. And it basically said, ever since the end of Virgo season, it's been raining.
Listen.
Ain't no sunshine when we gone, Bookie. Ain't no sunshine.
Come on. Let them know. Anyway, thank you guys for coming back again. We really appreciate y'all.
Yes. We truly appreciate y'all rocking with us because you could be anywhere else in the podcast world, but you're here with us. I've been watching Drink Champs, so just clips of Drink Champs, and people keep bigging up Jay.
Okay.
And the more they do it, the more I just keep remembering like having flashbacks of like when music was good and like he used to actually put out albums and songs.
Man.
What a time to be alive.
A time. Anyway, how have you been? How have you been?
You know what? I can't complain this week. I mean, I don't usually complain, but, you know, life is just what it is. My dog is over here trying to whoop my ass, and I don't understand why. And we be in this house. When I tell you we be in this house chilling, just chilling. And then all of a sudden, when it's time to record, he got to go into air jail because he don't know how to leave me alone.
I see.
Say hi, Uncle Ryan.
Hi, Cash.
Now he in air jail because he don't know how to act.
So cute and a menace.
He's a menace, like a pure menace. How was your week?
It's been good. The wife is back from where she's been, and is now trying to get these children that I had in military top shape back into that military top shape now that their mother has come back. You know, it's like, oh, woo, we're free. That's what it's like now that she's gotten back. Anyway, school just started, so, you know, we've been in parent-teacher conferences and like the kindergarten child, the younger one, the teacher was just like, yeah, she's great. Everything's great. The only issue that I'm having is that, you know, she speaks like a toddler, like a young toddler. So, you know, she's having little trouble with like certain letters. And like, she's like, I'm just concerned because she's having some issues with a specific letter. What do you think that damn letter is, Joyhdae?
F.
Her P's. Usher is winning this week, Joyhdae. Ever since we found out about this man, the man has had a year. I'm just saying, Joyhdae.
First of all, not you coming for my segs. First of all, okay, I am the queen of segues. Okay, not you. Okay,
all right.
Not you coming from. And you told me like you was honest. You was like, you know, I want to lead on one of these. And I wasn't thinking. Like, I was listening, but I wasn't thinking. You know what I mean? And then here you come. Just
we got to get right into it today. We got to get right into it. Like, I mean,
apparently, because you out here, how dare you? How dare you?
Man. Wow. I'm pretty excited. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not going to lie to you.
I just need everybody. I don't know if I spoke about it on the podcast, or if it was just in the group chat, but I've been calling this for a year now.
Oracle.
Yes, that is my name. Because I have been saying since his Tiny Desk concert that Usher needs to be, actually I think it may have just been the group chat, when Vance would be like, well, who's going to do the Super Bowl? And I've said my top choices.
Right.
Usher has to be next, and then
Right.
I want Missy and I want Busta Rhymes to do it.
I
You don't see it for Busta.
don't.
You don't see it for Missy.
I definitely don't see it for Busta. And I mean, I think if it's going to be one of them, it should be Missy, I guess. But, you know, Usher has moved on to his 40s and still looks like he did when he was in his 16th year.
Right.
These other people, not quite so much.
I agree. I agree. I just think, you know, when it comes to the catalog and the artists that can be brought out with these artists,
Right.
I think we would have something, personally.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I'm like I told y'all last week, I am hip hop 50 out. So I could live without another Busta performance. I can do a Missy performance. We could do that. But I could live without another Busta performance.
I just think we need Busta. I feel like we need Busta.
Like every single day.
Every day.
I can't do it.
Like, I'm ready.
I can't.
Because I gotta get it and I want to fit it in. Like, come on. Like, we need that.
I don't know about all that. We'll see.
You need it too. We all need it.
We'll see. What we do need is this Usher Super Bowl. Like,
I'm ready.
Ever since it's been announced, I've been going through the catalog, and I'm just like, nah, he got it. It's what it's gonna be, 13 minutes of whatever. Like, he got it.
Usher's about to give us a show.
He got music for everybody.
Everybody. I just don't. This is the only thing that I'm requesting of Usher. If you're going to drop a new song, wait until the very, very end. Let that be the last 30 seconds. Give us a snippet. We want the hits. We want the nostalgia.
Right.
We don't want the songs we can't sing. I want to be like, you remind me of a boy. I want those
Lord.
moments. I don't want you singing me no new songs that I don't know the words to, that I can't have nostalgia with. Okay?
Okay, so what do you think he's going to do as far as music selections? Like, you think he's going to give us R&B Usher? He's going to give us Uns Ibiza Usher? Or, like...
He's going to give us a little bit of everything.
Because...
I think he's going to take us on a timeline. Like, Usher has been doing this for so long. Like, Usher has been doing this for decades. Like, he has...
For decades, yes.
Hits. I know, like, he has to start off with, like, you make me wanna leave the one I'm with. Yeah. P-Shug, H-Sound. Like,
So, yeah, I definitely need Lil Jon to come out.
Oh, Lil Jon's definitely touching the stage.
I definitely need a ludicrous moment. Jermaine Dupri has to be out there at some point. Like,
if we're being honest,
we need all the things.
I'm expecting stripper poles and big booties. That's what
I don't know about all that.
I am expecting stripper poles and big booties and rollerblades, because that's his new thing now.
Roller skates, yes.
Or roller skates.
I definitely think that definitely has to happen. It's happening in Vegas, I believe. He's now the new king of Vegas, so you know it's about to go up.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, like, even down to the uns music, like, he got some hits there as well. So I'm pretty excited. It's going to be a very exciting show.
I'm ready. Usher, I'm ready. He's going to give us what we need. And we need a fantabulous Super Bowl show. The crazy thing is, he said that Jay called him personally.
Of course.
To tell him.
Why would he not?
And I don't think people realize that that's how involved Jay is with these selections.
Right.
Somebody tried to tell me that originally they wanted Taylor Swift.
No way.
And I just want them to understand that you's a lie. Don't nobody want Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift don't even want Taylor Swift.
It's just like, I had a friend that was here, my friend Nick. So she was here a couple days ago, and we was debating because, you know, she's not a Beyonce fan. We were going in Beyonce versus Taylor Swift. These are the two big concerts happening over this past summer. I went on to TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
I showed her what Taylor Swift is doing. Then I went on to TikTok again, and I showed her what Beyonce is doing. There's no way I'm going to want to go to a Taylor Swift Super Bowl You all hyped up, you in Vegas and all that, only to see this woman pretend to have rhythm and do nothing. Like, I just don't understand. Like, who wants that?
Nobody. I've watched the Taylor Swift concert. Listen, we've had this conversation about where she falls for me as an entertainer. She's not entertaining. I would prefer Kelly Clarkson. You might as well have Kelly Clarkson.
If I'm going to a show, I need to see a show. Give me performance, give me lights, give me dancers, give me background singers, give me instruments, give me pyrotechnics, give me everything. Everything that I need. Everything.
I'm expecting lighting. I'm expecting dancing. I'm expecting Usher with his them Heelys he got in his shoes. Situations slide. I want it all.
So what I know this is a hype event and people want all the jumping music, but I need the slow music. I need a slow music moment from Usher. And hear me out, all right? What's that song that he be pulling all the girls up onto the stage and all of that, whatever. I forget the name. Whatever. It needs to be one of those songs, right? Who's the girl he's going to pull up on the stage with him?
Do you think Beyonce?
No. Better. Even more juicy.
Keke Palmer?
Kiki's good. Kiki was my number 2 choice. Who's number 1, Joyhdae?
Cardi B?
Janet Jackson.
Oh,
can you imagine, Joyhdae? Can you imagine?
Now that would be. Can you imagine? When I said I wanted Janet to come out, you told me Janet ain't touching no stage. She ain't coming back.
We don't need her to do anything but come out there and look at these people in their face.
Like,
as Usher does what he does. This would be the moment to end all moments, Joyhdae.
All I'm thinking of is Usher starting this off with a red light background, laying flat on the stage, starting with the song Climax. And I know that's not what he's going to start it with, but I need that moment too. Like, matter of fact, we could cut the Super Bowl short and just give Usher a smooth 45 minutes. Like, we don't really need...
I mean, he could give you the 45 minutes for sure. Definitely.
Yeah,
50 minutes.
We could just...
102 minutes. What do you mean? What honestly, are you talking about?
I don't need the game. I need y'all to give me Usher. Because if he gives me... He has so many hits. You feel me? Like, Usher has so many hits.
Right.
And if he doesn't... He's not going to be able to perform all of them. You know what I mean?
Not at all. Not at all.
And it's like, you kind of want him to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I need that.
I hear that he's expected to, like, announce a world tour after the Super Bowl.
This is why I said I don't want no new music.
I'm going. I don't care.
Who else say... Who?
I'm going.
Say something. Between him and NSYNC, I fully expect to be broke auntie all 2024. But I'm going to be a broke auntie who has lived her absolute best life at these concerts. Because I'm going to.
Listen.
I'm going.
I'm taking the wife. She going to have the cheeks out because, you know, she's a mother. You know?
You got to get the t-shirt that says, I'm a mother.
I'm a father. Like Mendices from Harlem. I'm a father. You know? I mean, a time will be had. I'm going to this thing. It has to happen. It has to.
Listen,
that's what I'm saying.
If he goes on, if this world tour does not touch down in the US of A, I'm fighting Usher on principle. I'm fighting Usher on principle.
I mean, it's a good excuse for me to take my wife someplace exotic, so it doesn't matter. I'm going.
I don't think you understand. I know you don't understand because I've already had so many people ask me about the NSYNC concert. Like, I have people ready. Lined up and ready. I already know when Usher touched down with them dates, it's a wrap. We was already fighting for our lives for Beyonce. I'm be fighting for my life for NSYNC, and I'm be fighting for my life for Usher. I'm ready.
I mean, you could go to NSYNC with Natalie or Kathleen or one of those people, but like I'm good on that. But we going to this Usher concert for sure.
Bet I'm doing group settings. I may have to see NSYNC a few times because I have a few people who have asked me. You know what I mean? So that means I'm touching points. Like Kathleen's in Cali, I'm going to Cali. Like boom, let's catch them in Cali. Sun rays. It's gonna go. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, yeah. So this is winding down this year, the year of Usher, because like he's been having a time. Don't leave your girl around him, you know?
Yeah, you saw Gabby Union was in the audience with D-Wayne, and he was starting to sing, and then he was like, but you know what? I'm not stupid. And so he didn't do his whole thing, because he was like, I know he don't play about his, so we not about to. Did you see that part?
No, I didn't. I definitely didn't see that. But at the end of the day, just like I said, back when Miss Palmer, her person, was talking about how she's a mother and all of that stuff. Like,
bitch, I'm a mother.
Why would I not want to get my wife riled up? I just don't understand.
That's like, that young boy mentality.
This don't make sense.
He's in his 30s. I know he's like a 30-something-year-old, but he's a young 30-something-year-old because a grown man would have been like, yeah, Usher, sing her out them draws because we going home after this.
Okay.
You know who needs to have a Super Bowl moment? Okay, not a Super Bowl moment, but she needs help. Britney Jean Spears.
Oh, man.
Why was she twirling in her panties with some knives?
Oh, man. I want to joke about this, right? I want to. Deep down, I do. But this is concerning. This is very concerning, Joyhdae.
It's past concerning. I said, and I'm going to reiterate, when they was fighting for her conservatorship, all her fans was like, free Britney. I said, free her with conditions. Y'all ain't listen. Y'all just got her out here gallivanting all over the place. She needs help.
Yeah.
She needs help. Yeah. And the crazy thing is, I was thinking about this, like, 'cause she's obviously not a dancer. I mean, she's a dancer, but she's like a choreographed dancer. Like, she's not, a dancer. There's so many young, gifted choreographers who probably have great intentions, but are just looking for, just need that moment.
Yeah.
Why are y'all not connecting with Britney and being a positive influence on her life? All she wants to do is dance. And I'm sure if y'all gave her the choreography and y'all practiced it and she'd be on her little ticky-tock twirling around in her panties, you as a choreographer would get a good look. But instead, y'all got her out here twirling with knives that she had to come back and say were fake because people started calling.
Those knives were not fake. Those knives.
She said
it
was Halloween
fake.
Knives. She said they were Halloween props.
Joyhdae, when she clanked them knives together, you heard it. Like, what kind of fake knives do that?
She said, and I quote, that they were Halloween knives. Clink, clink.
That's lies.
And they was just so much so. People sent the cops to her house.
Yes.
People definitely sent the cops to her house.
Yeah.
And I was
doing some research and I saw that LA has a specific team called the LAPD SMART team who does visits for mental evals. And that's who they sent out to the house because somebody that knows her called, and that's why they actually went. And when they got there, the security was like, everything is cool, and then they sent them away. But like, first off, LA, that's really dope. It's really dope to have that sort of a team because it's like
California's doing it.
That's what's
not
up.
Us.
But I'm just saying, people are concerned. Like, they saw that she was wearing like this bandage on her arm, and then like if they looked closely, they saw like an abrasion on her leg. Like, who knows where that came from? I mean, this is dangerous, and I don't like it. I don't necessarily
want her mother and her father to be in charge of her conservatorship because they obviously did not have her best interest in heart.
Right.
But there has to be somebody in this world that is not a piece of shit that could be in charge of Britney Spears' conservatorship that would get her the help that she needs, because she's obviously she's not doing any mental, she's not seeing any therapist or anyone that's like supposed to, that could be helping her with whatever's going on with her, whatever medication she needs to be taking.
Right.
This is all lacking. Somebody needs to step in, or soon. I'm very worried, and not to turn this very dark, but we're going to be doing like R.I.P. Britney very soon.
Oh no, I don't want to say that, but yeah, it's concerning. It's definitely concerning.
Moving right along, because I don't want to get all dark and dingy on y'all, like
alleyways.
Nicki Minaj's husband. The writer's strike is over. Are you happy?
Is it over, Joyhdae? Like, I mean, it's tentatively over. As far as the time that we're recording today.
People have returned to work.
Yeah, well, yes, they have returned to work tentatively. Like, the people still have to, the members.
To be voted on.
Yeah, they're voting on the contract in October, first week, October 2nd to the 9th.
From October 2nd to the 9th, they vote on it. But, I mean, so far, when I looked at some of the things that have been tentatively agreed upon, it all makes sense. And I just don't understand what the conundrum is, because I feel like if the writers make money, they write better stuff, which then means the studios make more money.
Right.
And everybody's happy, right?
Right.
So from what I found, the deal includes that there's no AI for writing or rewriting literary material. Like, the studios can't do it.
Nice.
But writers can use AI to supplement with the studio's consent.
Gotcha.
What else? They want 5%, 4%, and 3.5% raises, annual pay raises over the course of the 3-year contracts, done with a 5% raise immediately after the contract is ratified.
Retroactive or no? Do you know?
No, not retroactive, or at least I don't know if it's retroactive.
Gotcha.
I didn't see anything about retroactive.
Okay.
And streamers like Netflix, Hulu have to provide the viewership data to the Writers Guild.
Let's go.
Which is something that's
going to change the game, actually.
Which is something that they've never done.
Yeah.
And so now this is something that can be done with a confidentiality agreement because writers have complained that there's been a lack of transparency from streaming platforms. So
wait, so they're sharing it with the writers and the members of the WGA, but
guild.
They can't share it with the public. That's what you're saying.
I mean, do they want to? That's how they brainwash us, right? Do they want to?
That's the reason why they don't share the information. They don't want us to know. But I can't see how all these members are going to keep this thing quiet. Like, that doesn't make sense. But, I'm happy for them.
It's a confidentiality agreement, though. Like, they have a confidential. So if you know what I mean? Because at risk, if this falls, is on the residual front, a 50% bonus, residual payment for writers of a show, if a show or film is viewed by 20% or more of the service's domestic subscribers in the first 90 days of release. You don't want to fuck that up.
Nah.
You don't want to mess that up.
I still feel like...
Because I've seen those residual checks.
I still feel like it's way too many people. These numbers are going to get leaked somehow, some way. I'm sure.
I mean, I'm all for it because I want to know when y'all cancel shows, what are y'all really basing it on? Because y'all be lying.
Question. That is
y'all
the question.
Lying. Like, everybody be talking about something for a smooth 3 months, and then y'all be like, cancel due to lack of...
That's it.
Like,
finish.
Lying. Like, y'all just be lying to us. Like, just right in our faces. SAG is still striking. Hopefully the actors get their money.
They will, because what are these writers going to be writing? Late night TV all day? Like, that's what they're going to do? I mean, come on.
In their creative bag on this little paid vacation while they writing stuff, while these actors are still striking.
SAG don't get something.
What they're doing, too, is they definitely going to get what they want. What's happening too now is some of the Writers Guild people are going to be joining the strike with SAG. So they're trying to provide a united... Everybody's striking right now. I don't know if you know this.
I told you this.
Everybody's striking. All I know is by the time everything is said and done, let's start striking for lower prices of everything because everything is too goddamn expensive.
That's right.
So when we finish with y'all getting y'all money, because let me tell you something.
Let me get my money.
I want the 1990s prices back, okay? I need them 90 prices back. Your cousin just sent me something on TikTok where they introduced credit cards at Burger King for the first time, like using credit cards in Burger Kings back in whatever year that was.
Right.
And like the most expensive thing somebody purchased was like $10 on their credit card. Go to Burger King now and try to get something for $10.
Exactly. I mean...
okay.
I don't know. We had a long rant last week about rent and things being too high and all of that stuff. So I don't know if we want to harp on that this week.
We're not harping on it. I'm just saying when y'all finish with that strike, let's all get together and strike this other stuff so that we could get, everybody could be happy.
Yeah. I saw Natasha Rothwell, Kelly from Insecure, by the way. Yeah.
I know who she is. Yeah, I like her.
I mean, the people, sometimes people don't know actual names.
That's true.
But she was talking about online that it was an exquisite deal. So I assume everyone is going to vote in the affirmative, and so good for them.
Yeah, I've seen most writers who are involved in this. I haven't seen anyone upset. I haven't seen anyone disappointed. I've seen most people say that they've gotten 99% of what they wanted. So good for them.
Very good. Very
Great
good.
for them. And everybody got secrets and has decided to reveal them. Kerry Washington has found out that her father is not her biological father.
So, yeah,
This seems to be on brand for this month.
She was like, Kirk Franklin? All right, drop it now. This is the time. This is the time.
She was like, we're talking about fathers? Hold my mic. I got you. So, she was going on the show, Finding Your Roots, that's hosted by Henry Gates.
Junior,
excuse me. That I... wish I were a celebrity so that I could be on that show so he could tell me my lineage.
Listen.
Because the things that he uncovers is like fucking amazing. Like, get me together. So during this, her mom and her dad found out that she told them that she was going to be on the show. They didn't say anything then.
They was actually excited for her initially.
They was like, woohoo! Then they thought about it. And reality came crashing back. So they reached out to Henry Gates Jr. And I'm going to assume was going to try to like figure out a way to like either reveal it to her on the show or not have the show happen, like convince him to not do the show. And he actually was the one who basically told them things like this are better done outside of the show before taping.
What an upstanding black man. Amazing.
Right? Like he didn't even try to get the scoop so he could have like a shocking moment.
Right.
On the show. That would have been ratings.
Yeah.
So
the thing is, I think what I heard, I don't know if what I heard is different to what you heard, but they were all down for it until they figured out that in order to figure out some of this stuff that they had to do DNA testing. And that's when the wheels started to turn for them. And they were just like, oh, wait a second. Let's not do that.
They basically were like, we need to have a family meeting.
Yeah.
She went over there all happy thinking they was just going, like, hey, girl, we done found out something before you get on the show, and our history is amazing. No. That's not what she got. What she got was she learned that they struggled with fertility issues.
Yeah. So
they opted to do an anonymous sperm donor.
Yeah.
Which resulted in Kerry being formed and born. Now, the crazy thing is,
go ahead.
When they say you look like the people you spend your time around, you cannot tell me Kerry Washington does not look everything like her daddy to this day. I don't care what y'all say. She got that man face. So that's her daddy. I know that's not her daddy, but that's her daddy.
Right. Like, so did they actually do the DNA test? Or, because I don't know, I haven't heard that portion of it. Because what I did hear is that Kerry was conceived back in the 70s. This was long before all the technology that they have now and sperm banks. So this was very experimental at the time when they did it. And so when the doctor did the treatment for them, the doctor also said that they should try naturally as well, so that there would be plausible deniability. It could be, could not be, who knows, because they mix everything together and you never know what takes, what doesn't take. And there's that. So this is fascinating to me. Like, it's crazy. I don't know what I would have done in the 70s, but like, this is crazy.
I'm going to assume that they've gotten the results back that lets them know that Kerry is not his biological daughter, because then why would you have her out here?
Yeah.
Right. Like, why would you have her out here telling people that you're not her biological? Like, that's something they could have literally taken to the grave.
Right.
If they knew that she was 100% his child. Do you know what I mean? Because you wouldn't have had a problem with it.
Yeah, the last thing I heard was that they denied the DNA test. So I don't know. I guess they took it at some point.
I would assume so. Keeping up with Kerry, I'm going to need her and Tony Goldwyn to pipe it down just a little bit, okay? I don't know how his wife and her husband survive with the chemistry and sexual tension that exists between the two of them. Because they be in this Olivia Pope and Fitzgerald Grant character a little too much for my liking, okay? In real life, okay?
I just feel like, because I did see that there was some publicity for them, like, right after this announcement. This is all to prop up the sales for the book. That's what I think.
But they do it for everything. No, you're right. It is. But they do this with everything. Yeah. If there's a moment for them to cross-promote something, they're going to do it. And they do it with the sexual tension that they had. Why are you in this hot red outfit, knocking on this man's door? He opens it up and says, hi, like Fitzgerald Grant used to say on Scandal. With my little heart, mind you, I'm not even team Fitzgerald Grant. I'm team can't remember his name now, but I'm not him. And now all of a sudden I'm like, Fitzgerald, I get it. Tony Goldwyn has no reason to be as sexy as he is with no eyebrows. I just don't.
Oh God.
That's all I'm gonna say.
These two were the most messy things on TV. Like, let's when Scandal was popping, this is when Love and Hip Hop just started, and literally everybody was watching both of these things at the same time. Like,
that's when life was great. Prices were good. Life was great. Most Scandal was on TV.
You couldn't tell me Scandal wasn't reality TV. You couldn't tell me it was must see TV. It was must see. It was. Okay, I think Scandal invented the live tweet.
Yeah, no, they did.
Had to.
It did, because everybody would go on to Twitter back when Twitter was great and just be all up in it. Oh my God. Olivia, because first of all, this was the first time we seen in this capacity on national television, a Black woman in such a leading role.
Yes.
And like she was leading this cast of multiracial people.
Yeah.
And she was a love interest to a white man.
Right.
She wasn't a love interest where she was ghetto and he was trying to save her life and she hadn't experienced nothing.
Right.
She was actually smarter than him. She was greater than him.
Yeah.
We'd never really seen that on television. You know what I mean? Like, and it wasn't it was a secret love affair, but it wasn't like the slave master and the slave. So,
it felt like that a little bit sometimes to me, but like I hated those two characters. I hated those two characters.
How could you hate Olivia?
They were so horrible. They was you know the two people that I loved on that show?
Who?
Papa Pope and Huck.
First of all, the guy who plays Huck is a Virgo, so shout out to him.
Of course.
And who does not love Papa Pope? Papa Pope would read you down. Like, I'm just glad I didn't have a Papa Pope in my life because...
Joyhdae, can you imagine getting the script for that week and you seeing 100 million words on the page and you got to deliver that in 2 minutes? All by yourself, monologue.
All by yourself,
Crazy.
one monologue.
Can you imagine?
But the thing about it, he would read her for filth and I would feel like he was talking to me. You know what I mean? Like my feelings would be hurt. And I don't know. And like Kerry Washington would do her little ugly lip quiver. I would do my ugly lip quiver because my feelings was hurt too. Like it was no need for you to tell me all this stuff, Papa. Like why can't we be friends? Huh?
Yo, another thing that annoyed me about Olivia, white clothes, white couch, red wine. This is not a real life
Because
show.
she was precise.
This is not a real life show.
She was precise.
This is not a real life show.
Never a wrinkle or a stain on neither one of them. Do you understand me? People shooting through her door.
Come on.
Still miss that white couch. Immaculate vibes. What?
I can't.
You mentioned Love and Hip Hop, and I have to say, we got to circle back really quickly to MTV decided that they really needed to like clean up this Erica Mena mess. So they dropped more of what happened behind the scenes of her calling Spice a monkey. Apparently Yandy, who I'm not a fan of, tried to talk to Erica about the situation.
Okay.
And Erica doubled down.
Doubled down. Yes. I told you, get rid of her.
She's done now. This is why they did it.
Disappear somewhere. Like I never want to see her again.
This is why they did it.
Never want to see her again.
Because she was apparently she's losing endorsement deals left and right. And good riddance, because what are we doing?
You had an opportunity to save even if you didn't want to save face, to save your job. Could have been like, my bad. I saw it and I don't believe that I said the things that I said. I am truly sorry. Like none of that. I tell
people all the time, if we're arguing, my brain leaves. It's just pure. There's no thought behind my eyes. I'm just spewing things. You know what I mean? I would have been like, honestly, I don't even know where that came from. It was never my intention to take it that way. To say something like that. She told Yandy, you chose to be offended. Oh, Mama, you made monkey sounds.
My God.
You made monkey sounds, sis.
Yo. I told you, we did this already. She went in, but now when we're talking about this Yandy confrontation, this chance to save face, and you doubled down.
She doubled down. Doubled down so much that she was like, I'm Puerto Rican, I'm Dominican, my sister is darker than all of y'all. She even went as far as telling these black folk that she's probably more black than they are.
Oh my God.
Mama, you should have just wrap it up flat screen. Like,
she's not very smart. We knew this
she's not.
For a long time, but like it took you. If this happened 10 years ago, I'd be more. No, I probably wouldn't. But like, it would be more understandable because she was younger. You're older. You're supposed to get more wise.
No.
What is this?
No.
Trash.
I just had to bring that up real quick because God. Not to get too political, but the government about to shut down as of Saturday.
Okay. All right. Is it though?
Yeah.
Is it though? It always is about to happen. Then like, okay, so right now, according to what's supposed to happen, right now we're recording, this is still a looming thing. By the time the episode drops on October 2nd, if what they're trying to say might potentially happen, when the show drops, we should be in some sort of government shutdown. However, This is supposed to go into effect 12:01 a.m. on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you they'll come up with something last minute at like 11:59 to save it. It always happens that way. It always happens that way.
I'm going to tell you why this may not. It does, but let me tell you why this time may be different. The MAGA Trumper Republicans are not budging on things that Kevin McCarthy agreed to initially back in May when they were talking about this particular budget. Right? And Democrats right now are not willing to budge on any of these things that Republicans are asking for.
Right.
So basically, the agreement included $1.5 trillion in discretionary spending in fiscal 2024. House Republicans are demanding another $120 billion in cuts, plus tougher legislation that would stop the flow of immigrants at the U.S. southern border with Mexico.
Okay.
We can't do much more than what we're already doing with the border. And they're not going to, if we cut things, then we, like they want to cut like the Department of Education. Like they want to, like they want dumb cuts.
Trash.
It also focuses on a relatively small slice of the $6.4 trillion U.S. budget for this fiscal year. They're not considering cuts to popular benefit programs such as Social Security and Medicare, but they're considering cuts to other programs that would affect people.
Right.
What else? Donald Trump is saying shut it down. We know that Matt Gaetz, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, and his little merry band of idiots, they listen to him. Yeah. They've already started blaming Kevin McCarthy. Like Matt Gaetz is already saying like this is Kevin McCarthy's fault if this happens. They've already threatened Kevin McCarthy if he does not make something happen in their favor that they're going to pull the speakership from him.
Right.
And it's a shit show.
It's always been, and it's getting worse.
It's a shit show.
The polls are showing that Mr. Trump is leading in the polls.
Yeah, they love him.
Against Biden? Like,
oh no, I didn't see that one. The one that I just saw, we had it was 57-40 Biden Trump.
Look again. So I mean, I really don't know what is going to happen here. McCarthy, like who are they gonna put here that can potentially toe the line between the two sides? Who else?
There's nobody. Republicans have literally shot themselves in the foot. Literally, because there's sensible Republicans and then there's, and I even hate saying that because I don't think Republicans are sensible at all. And then there's these terrorists who are holding them hostage to get their way because they're so beholden to Donald Trump and his racism.
I really don't know that our economy can withstand another 4 years of Trump because he will focus on keeping the rich rich and making the rich richer and making the poor poorer. And it's going to take, how do I say? So 4 years in office will take probably like 12, 16 years of Democratic rule to undo what he's about to do if he gets into office. This is not something that is going to really, how do I say? This is going to affect my children. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
This is trash.
So I'm looking at polls ending. I'm on 538.com, which I don't really like them.
Right.
But right now, they have, versus in The Economist, so it's a whole bunch of different polls. Biden's leading in 2 polls, like 45-40, 39-38, and then Trump is leading in like Republican-leaning polls, which makes sense. 36-40, 38-43, 41-48, 43-47.
Yeah.
Which makes sense in like Republican leaning polls, but
what I am scared about is the last time people were ignoring all of these things the last time. They weren't paying any attention to it, and the man snuck into office. We cannot afford to not pay attention to what's happening.
I honestly think that what needs to happen, and it's not, but if it did, it would be fucking amazing, is Biden needs to be on some, I still think I'm the best candidate. I am old. I recognize that. I am not running, but who I think should replace me, we should have Kamala and Gavin Newsom. I think that would be a fucking spectacular ticket. Huh. Are we going to get that? No. And the reason I say that is because
that's a turn. I did not see you. I didn't think you were going to say that, but
have you seen Gavin Newsom speak?
Interesting. Yeah. Yes, I have.
I love him.
I get
more
it.
of him.
I get
More
it.
of him.
I definitely feel like it would be interesting to see Biden do that. What I do realize is that if he were to do something like that, the turmoil that this would create would be epic. Like,
it would. But I feel like if you show that type of selflessness, where it's just kind of like, I understand that I am old. And that's the issue that we have. But the Democrats and the Democratic Party, like, we've led this country to the promised land many times. Like, we've been cleaning up these messes. And in order for us to no longer contribute to that, this is what we need to do. Like, I need to do this for the greater good of the country.
right.
Headlines. Because you've never seen somebody do something so selfless.
We've definitely never seen anything like that. But like, man.
He's not going to.
God, Joyhdae, we thought 2023 was a year. 2024
Oh, yeah,
about
2024 about to be.
Oh, my Lord.
You know what's going to make 2024 even better? People like to shit on New York.
Okay.
People like to say New York is dirty, grimy, dingy. I don't like y'all's mayor. But what I do love is a New York judge. And why do I like a New York judge? Because a New York judge has just convicted Donald Trump of fraud. And in doing so, okay, has canceled the Trump Organization's business certification.
Oh, word? So now he can't do business in New York?
Trump Organization at this point don't exist.
Oh, like completely?
Yeah, like, give that, just bullshit. This was,
oh, wow.
The judge said, in the defendant's world, rent-regulated apartments are worth the same as unregulated apartments. Restricted land is worth the same as unrestricted land. Restrictions can evaporate into thin air. A disclaimer by one party casting responsibility on another party exonerates the other party's line. That is a fantasy world, not the real world. The ruling came in response to a lawsuit by New York Attorney General, Letitia James, Black women are out here saving the world yet again, who was seeking $250 million in damages, a ban on the Trumps from serving as officers of a business in New York, and to stop the company from engaging in business transactions for 5 years.
Wow.
Next week, they're supposed to be doing a trial. The trial's supposed to start on like the damages, the amount of damages owed, and the full breadth of the judge's ruling hasn't been determined yet. Like, how that's going to play out hasn't been seen. But this is the part that cracks me up. Trump is accused of inflating the value of his triplex apartment at Trump Tower by 3 times its size, resulting in an overvaluation of between $114 million to $207 million.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
Trump's excuse for that is that it says on his taxes, like, there's a disclaimer that some of these figures may not be real.
What?
In the order, the judge rejected Trump's deposition testimony in which the former president said that the financial statements were not fraudulent because they contained disclaimers.
Joyhdae, you mean to tell me that I could have just put a disclaimer on my taxes?
Yes. You just got to warn them. Just warn them. Trump said the statements contained a quote-unquote worthless clause in them, warning lenders and others that they shouldn't be relied on.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wait. So he put this on the stuff to get loans, or did he actually file his taxes with this disclaimer?
Loans, but like even the loans, when he did it for his loans,
okay.
And also on
yeah. So he's a criminal for sure. Yeah, definitely.
So.
Definitely.
Yeah. That was a highlight of my week. Okay. The world is falling to shit.
Listen.
But Donald Trump is living his criminal mastermind best life.
So Tish James, the attorney general over here in New York, was about to run for New York governor when Cuomo got kicked the hell out of here. But decided she was going to take herself out of the running because she had work to do.
Selfless.
I've first of all,
Black women, superpower, superhuman, superhero.
Yo, anything she want to do after this, she gonna get it.
If she's the first person to get a real legitimate conviction of Donald Trump, do you understand? Because also, I watched I watched today, the Republican debate last night that was on Fox News.
Okay.
Shit show.
I mean.
Chris Christie's out here. The thing about it is everybody's trying so hard to be like Donald Trump and they're failing miserably.
Yeah.
So like, because like he'd be like, Dirty Ted, and then people would start calling Ted Cruz Dirty Ted.
Right.
Chris Christie thought he had a zinger because he was like, you know who should be here tonight defending his record? Donald Trump. Soon we're not going to be calling you Donald Trump. We're going to be calling you Donald Duck.
Oh, man. Okay.
Radio silence when he said that.
Because what does that even mean?
And there were so many of those moments where they all tried to have like those moments where like they would try to have like a zinger, and it would just be like, not y'all making people be like, now look at how genius Trump is, because he would have landed that and it would have been no problem.
Oh my God.
Okay?
Oh.
Like, it's all a shit show. And I just want us to start over. Can we start over?
I don't know how. I really don't know how.
I don't know, but we got to. Because it's too much. It's too much. We all fucked right now, and I don't like it.
All I'm doing is looking at my bank account every day, and the fact that I live in a tiny apartment when I should be living in a house. And, I mean, even the other day, I opened my water bill and the electric bill at the same time, and man, was I shocked. That's how you land a joke, all right? That's how you land the joke, Chris Christie. I got that from Destiny, all right? I got that from Destiny.
Listen. You know what, though? I got one. I didn't know we was doing this, but I can't. I don't trust stairs.
Okay.
They're always up to something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. About that.
They're always down to do whatever, too, now that you think about it. Because it can go both ways with them.
Okay. What does peanut butter and strippers have in common?
Now, you know I have a dirty mind.
And this is a dirty joke.
Like, I'm going to say they both know how to get a nut.
They both spread for the bread.
I can't. I cannot.
Woo!
Spread for the bread. I can't. Did you hear Cinderella got kicked off the soccer team?
No.
She kept running from the ball. You want to laugh.
That's very good.
You want to laugh.
That's very good. Very good. But I just landed a really dirty joke, and then you gave me Disney.
I know. I did give you Disney.
I mean...
I did give you Disney. I did. I really did give you Disney just now. That's because my child is in my lap, and I'm trying, I got impressionable ears around me.
I see. Okay.
You got more for me, or are we moving on to the next topic?
I mean, I didn't even know we still had topics. Go ahead with your topic.
It's not even a topic, but people have been missing our Am I the Asshole?
Okay.
I'm not going to be messy this week. Thank you for the kisses, Cash, but mommy got to work. You expensive. And so Ashley actually submitted some Am I the Assholes to the email. You was telling people I love checking the email. You didn't even check the email.
No, you just got to it before I did. All right, you just got to it before I did.
And then I happened to check it.
Uh-huh.
So now this one is a good one. And it's not, see, you be thinking people don't be living these lives, but they be really submitting shit like this. Ready?
Uh-huh.
My husband and I have only been married almost a year. We both have children from past relations. I have a 16-year-old son. My husband has a 15-year-old daughter and a 12-year-old one. We both have lived in this area since our kids were born, so our kids weren't strangers to each other, but there had never been any friendship that we were aware of.
Okay.
In the beginning, we noticed some strange behavior between our oldest children. So my husband and I decided to have the upstairs bedroom and the other downstairs. The first few weeks living together, they tried to stay in each other's rooms extra long at night. We'd have to eventually demand the other go back to their room. Recently, I have come home from work to them both being in the same room with the door locked. When I demand they open it, they both are just watching a movie or something. It feels like we can't leave them alone. My husband had a talk with his daughter, and she became very upset. Said they loved each other, and we ruined it by getting married.
Oh, my God.
I try to talk to my son, and he just shuts down.
Oh, my God.
Now our daughter is showing signs of depression. We try to explain how this isn't right, and they are so young, and feelings are normal, but they are siblings now, and it just makes her angry.
Oh my God.
We can't watch them every second, and I don't want her depressed. Advice?
Oh my God, Joyhdae. What was the ages again?
The daughter is 15, and the son is 16.
Oh my God. Oh God. Jesus. The fact that there's still teenagers that live in the house is the part that's concerning, because like at the end of the day, we wouldn't want I guess some parents would rather it happen in their house than outside, but like if it was just a regular boyfriend girlfriend situation, boyfriend girlfriend, whatever, like don't necessarily want them having sexual relations at this age. Now, with all that being said, let's say that these people were 18 and 19 and their parents found each other. Everybody's dating. These two come to meet each other, and whatever the spark is, I know there's a spark. You can't really explain it. It happened to myself and my wife, right? This spark happens between these two adult children. How do you square this away, Joyhdae? How do you like, this is so hard, because obviously the parents love each other and they want to get together. But what happens if these children also have a connection? This is not something where they are related yet, and they're definitely not like blood related. So what's to happen here? This is a hard situation.
I think so. Funny enough, looking at some of the comments that people are making, the first thing that people are saying is that they are not siblings. They're step siblings. There's no blood relation.
Right.
Which I get in theory. Still does not mean that your stepson and daughter should be pursuing each other romantically.
I know that, Joyhdae. I know. I mean, because
here's the thing.
This sounds like a plot off of Pornhub, by the way.
It does. Because here's the thing. Because it's been a year, and people are attributing the amount of time to it, right? Like,
right.
Well, you guys have only been married for a year.
Yeah.
They may have gone to school together. But if they grew up together, no one would be saying this, right? Like, if they met when they were 5 and 6.
Can you imagine if these two went to school together and mother and father met because one was like the principal and the other one was the parent of another one? Can you imagine? Oh, this is so annoying. Oh,
you know what I mean?
This is so annoying.
I personally don't know how I would handle the situation. I would never want to make my child feel as though she or he were wrong for having feelings for someone that is not a blood relative. I get that.
Right.
But I also don't know that I would be able to condone them having a relationship as step siblings.
You can't, though. Like, oh, this is so crazy, because it's like, you ever hear of like brothers marrying sisters?
Right.
Or like twin brothers marrying twin sisters or something like that. This is a weird connection. This is a very weird, like, how do you explain this?
And that's my thing. It's like, I just don't, maybe we're thinking very linear in this situation, or maybe we're not being as open-minded as we should be. But it's just something about the fact that they are step siblings and being raised in the same household a family.
Oh.
That just makes it not okay. Like, I know that it's not incestuous, and I know that it's not,
it's so
but
crazy.
It's just something that's just doesn't feel right.
Because knowing the person that I am, if I were to be like a single dad, my first priority is my child. And it would suck if I found love, and this new love that I found had a child that's the same age, and this were to occur. Because, God, I feel like my loyalties would definitely be with my child before this woman, even though I love this woman. God, Joyhdae, this is so hard.
Isn't it? Like, I've thought about it, and I'm like, I don't know how I would genuinely answer or respond to this, simply because, like, you're right. Like, your loyalty, you would assume, would be for your child, but this is also another person that you love and care about deeply. So how do you find middle ground?
So this was a "Am I the asshole?" Who's the asshole? Who's asking the question? The mother?
Oh, sorry. This was just the relationship advice. Sorry. This was just relationship advice. Sorry.
Oh my God.
I'm so used to "Am I the asshole?"
Oh.
She was just asking for advice.
I don't know the answer to this, Joyhdae. The only thing that I'm seeing here is the fact that they are so young and they're supposedly having sexual relations under my roof. This is problematic. I honestly don't feel, I mean, yes, teens are having sex. I really don't feel like they should be. Brain's not fully developed yet. Like, anything can happen. And who wants to be a grandfather at 38? Like not me.
Nobody. And then see, people are bringing up what happens, but I can tell that this advice room is non-melanated. Because people are bringing up like, well, what happens if she brings in another boy when they break up eventually? Da 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 da. Let's get to the root of the issue first right now. Like, how do we address the issue at hand and not these imaginary issues that you guys are bringing in?
Today, I have
that could be happening.
I am scared. My oldest is about to be 10 in less than a month.
Mm-hmm.
She's about to be dating in less than a decade.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I would love for her to start dating when she's like 98. I'm no longer going to be here.
Tell you.
I understand that. I'm not an idiot, right? You know, so this is, oh God. Like, I'm not saying that this is going to be a situation, step siblings or whatever, but like just the fact that my child is about to be dating that is a crazy situation. At 15 and 16, Joyhdae, like this.
I wouldn't even know what to do. Like, I'm not even going to hold you. I think the first thing that we would have to do is seek out therapy.
Cut it off. Cut it
all off. No, we would have to seek out therapy as a family.
Therapy for sure.
We would need to definitely figure out how to make this manageable in some way. How do we address this? Because they're young and they have feelings. And there's no way they're just going to be able to turn it off. Teenagers are dramatic. They think that they're in love. They're going to spend the rest of their lives together.
Right.
And you know what? To be quite honest, I was
just about to say,
Mom and Dad could break up and these two could be like, well, look at us.
The thing is, right? Statistics show that this is probably not something that will last. However, people find each other when they're like in kindergarten and turn out to live their entire lives together. Like, this could be a thing. You'd never know. Also, this could not be a thing, and they mess up, and now they have brought a child into the world, into this messy situation.
And I feel like, honestly, I blame the parents too, because I feel like before they decided to embark on this journey of love and blended families, that they didn't talk to their children.
I don't think so. Also, I don't think they gave it enough time
exactly.
for the children to get to know each other.
Exactly. So I blame them.
Oh my God.
That was a good one. Thank you, Ash.
Oh my God.
You got Ryan over here ready to blow a gasket.
Yo, you don't even understand. Oh my God. Wait till YouTube has video. Oh Jesus. Oh my God. Oh my. Like,
yeah.
I was not ready. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No.
Not even a little bit.
No.
Not even possibly.
No. I can't do this.
Fair. Very fair.
What do you call a fruit that makes beets? I had to change the subject a little bit. A fruit that makes beets.
Apple.
A producer.
I just, you know.
What do you call a royal bull?
What do you call it, Ryan?
Sirloin.
You know what? Sirloin. All
right. One last one before I give y'all the email address. How is having fun with a prostitute like bungee jumping?
Oh my God. How?
You done if the rubber break. VirgoSeasonShow@gmail.com is the email address. If y'all have another Am I the Asshole or relationship advice or anything like that, send it to us. Joyhdae's going to read it, and we're going to have a blast. Joyhdae, you get yourself together.
You can follow us on social media at Virgo Season Show. That's on everywhere. Also, if you are not listening to us on, my flabber is gasted. If you, for some reason, don't have an affinity for any of the streaming platforms that exist, or you don't really like social media, you can also follow us on YouTube.
Yes.
Virgo Season Show. You'll see us.
Yeah.
It'll be Ryan's bald-headed avatar and my BBL.
Yes.
And we are just there. So go over there and click subscribe so you don't miss anything, because you never know what could happen. At
some point, you might actually see moving faces. You never know.
It may not be our moving faces, but you may see moving faces. You just never know.
All right. Is that it?
That's it. Yeah.
All right. What's the difference between a pregnant woman and a light bulb?
Oh, my God. Oh, I don't even want to know. What is it, Ryan?
You can't unscrew a pregnant woman.
Oh, my God. Goodbye.
Virgo season!